Hello, welcome to the FrameX podcast, episode 4. I'm here, Alan Tong, with co host Jehu Chan.
Hey, we're back in the podcast station, and this episode is gonna be uh
A banger!
yeah, this episode is actually gonna be provide a lot of value for a lot of realtors.
Yeah, I think so too. Today we're going to be talking about preparing a house, right?
Yeah, we're prepping a home. Have you prepped a home before?
I've never prepped a home before, but
Nice.
I do know the best practices because we take photos of the home right after it gets prepped.
Yes.
So it's like we don't do the actual prepping, but we know what we look for before we get there.
Yeah, exactly. So the only reason why we tell all of our clients to actually prep the home before we go in, it's to make our job seamless. Like you go in and you go out. There's no moving stuff around. There's no hiding stuff. There's no doing this, no doing that.
Sure, I mean, it makes our job easier, but also the end result turns out to be better. You guys get better quality photos.
Yeah, best quality photos like that for sure.
I hope you don't mind us. We're like coughing and our throats are all clogged because we just had Chipotle.
Yeah.
And the Chipotle has this red sauce. Tell me about that red sauce. What is it bothering us so much?
Yeah, please leave it in the comments because honestly,
goodness.
if you guys go there and guys want to experience something spicy, try that.
It's so good. But anyway,
It's good,
let's get
yeah.
back on topic because and that's just to explain if you ever see us a little bit uncomfortable. It's because of that hot sauce.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, to prepare a house, we actually have a resource that is available. Just head on to our website, or we'll have some resources linked below. All right, and you'll be able to access this checklist. The checklist it goes through. We'll go line by line, and we'll talk about it throughout this podcast. How's that sound?
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
We're going to start with the first topic, which is property cleanliness and staging.
Yeah. Property cleanness and staging, right? I think this is the most important one. Even if you don't do staging, I think the home should be clean.
At least tidy.
At least tidy, yeah. At least tidy.
tidy.
At least tidy.
Does it have to be staged? I mean, staging in itself has great value, right? Maybe you're able to sell the house for more than it's because when you stage a property, the whole point is to have someone imagine that they're living there.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's that, and also show the potential of the home.
Sure, the potential of the home. Yeah. But the staging, it does come with some caveats too, though. For example, you can stage a house incorrectly and it might turn off the audience.
Yeah, dude, that's also possible. But I think that there should be a measure to that. I think there should be kind of like numbers on that.
Yeah, I mean, some things to avoid when staging,
Yeah,
right?
it's either things to avoid, but I'm trying to say that I believe that a home that is well staged, it's gonna sell for a lot more than a property that is not staged.
True, I believe that. And it might
Yeah.
even get offers that probably wouldn't originally have come just because of the emotion value.
Yeah, true.
Logically speaking, the staging doesn't come with the property. So most people understand that and they're not dumb. It's just but the emotion reaction and the emotional connection people have with their properties once they see this beautiful home, it stays there and the staging does matter.
Yeah, yeah, it does matter. It does matter a lot. What's the second one?
Well, okay. So the second one is to secure and remove pets. Actually, wait, before we get there, let's go back to staging just briefly. I just want to mention some things that might not be so great when you're staging. The first one is things that are a bit controversial, things people don't, like I said, turn people off. So it might be like religious things.
Like a poster, like religious stuff, personal stuff.
Big political pushing type of stuff. You probably don't want that staged.
Yeah.
Types of wallpaper, if it's really, really old school, but this house is made for like the next generation, I don't know. That might turn people off.
Yeah, you're right.
So be like really neutral with that staging. Make it modern, make it elegant, but neutral.
Yeah, and for sure you have to know. I mean, if you're a stager, just make sure, or if you're a realtor, just make sure that you guys are communicating with each other, and you guys know the target audience of that property.
Yeah, the end result, and that just makes the photos so much better.
Yep, it does.
It just emphasizes when it. I don't want to say it makes our job easy, but it definitely makes the results so much better of what we can pull out of each room.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so moving on to the next point is to secure and to remove pets from the property.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Is
That's
it?
a big one.
Well,
Yeah.
you've seen some pets, you've seen some animalists?
I've seen some animals, I've seen it all, to be honest. I've seen the pets that behave well, and I've seen the pets that are just reckless. Little
Little
demons
crazy,
is right
little
there.
demons.
Yeah. You know, to deal with a situation like that for us, it's liability mostly because of the camera equipment that we have.
Sure.
Maybe the dog is running around and it hits the camera tripod, that falls, that's something to have in mind. But also, you don't want your pet or any of your pet stuff on the shot, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I heard actually from one realtor that they had a low ball offer just because the home was I mean the sellers had some photos with animals, and the buyers that wanted that property, they didn't want a property that had animals inside of them for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe smells, I don't know.
Well, okay. So I did do a couple of photo shoots where there were animals there, and they're so cute, right?
Yeah, yeah, they're cute,
So I
man.
did take photos though, don't get me wrong. So I had photos of the dog on the sofa. And I just sent it to the homeowner as like just
Yeah,
because it was cute, but I made sure to grab a shot without the dog. And the thing is, like I'm lucky that was a nice dog and it actually listened to me. But I got the dog off the sofa and I was able to take a photo. But the photo that I took with the dog, I sent to the owner. But of course, it's not going to be used to
yeah,
on the
exactly.
MLS.
And I've done that before as well. I love cats. I'm a cat lover. And whenever I see a cat, I usually unmount my camera from the tripod and I just grab like a really nice close up shot from that.
Portraits of
Yeah.
kitties.
Portraits of
You're a
kitties.
cat person.
Well, you do real estate photography. That's my hobby right there. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, and it's not just for us, right? So when we do the photos, obviously, if you see an animal, it's like, wow, why kind of thing. But it's a smell too. This is for like your own good when you have an open house and the whole place
Yeah.
smells like animal.
For us that we are animal people, like we probably don't care about it,
Yeah,
but you don't know what kind of buyer you're gonna get, right?
correct.
So, which it's just some things to consider, some things to have in mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. Of course. So like for example, you have an open house and the whole place smells like weed. The whole place smells like marijuana,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And it generally it gives off a really negative impression of the property. Like, oh, this place smells like this.
I
Is
mean, it
does it
really
smell like
just
this
depends, right?
all the time?
Yeah. I
Ugh.
mean, like this is gonna smell like I have to, because when you go in and you see that, you smell that, you're probably gonna be like, okay, if you don't smoke it, right? First of all, if you don't smoke it, or even if you do, you're gonna be. Well, I mean, the first thought you're gonna have is, I have to pay someone to clean this, so it doesn't
Sure,
smell like that.
sure. Yeah,
So that's extra cost that
yeah,
adds up and stuff like that.
yeah. There was a property at Redondo Beach. It was actually really beautiful, beautiful property. But the dog peed on the carpet and left this stain on there, and I was
Oh,
like,
oh
oh my
no,
gosh. I mean,
man.
it stinks because I was in that room and it was just so
Yeah,
stinky taking the photos. I ended up having to Photoshop it because it's just a little like piece on the carpet, easy to Photoshop.
yeah, super easy.
That no problem, right? We'll fix it up for you. But like it just stinked.
Yeah,
Anyway, no pets.
no
No pets.
pets.
No pets. You ready to move on?
Yeah, we're ready to move on. What's the next one?
Next one is to plan not to be seen. So, no people and plan not to be seen. Shouldn't that be obvious?
I think it's obvious. That should be obvious. I mean, you think it's obvious, but
You'd think.
sometimes, I mean,
You would think.
I believe that the sellers or the realtors, they're probably unexperienced with the service. Maybe it's their first time doing professional photography, or maybe, you know, the seller doesn't really know what's going on,
Hmm.
right? So, but it's really important for you guys to understand that, you cannot be seen on the photos because
Correct.
we're gonna have to Photoshop you guys out.
Yeah, and it's not that straightforward either. So don't get us wrong. We're not saying like, you just don't walk into our shot. No, it's not that. Sometimes it's the shadow that you might
Yeah,
cast into
yeah,
the shot. Sometimes it's the reflection. Sometimes it's a mirror. Sometimes it's something where you're not directly in the shot, but it catches you from another room maybe.
right.
So That's what we mean by plan not to be seen. Just really
Or
stay out of the
even
way.
like it even affects the systematic. I mean, the system you already have down. You know, whenever you're going in there to grab the media, maybe you want to do the media all at once, and if there's people in one room, you have to try to avoid that room. You know, which breaks the flow of the cycle. You know,
Did you
uh,
ever have anybody stand behind you and watch your camera while you shoot?
no, I never had that.
Really? You never
Probably
had that?
once or twice, but for one or two shots, and that's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I did have the experience of someone standing behind me.
really.
This is the homeowner because they love their house, right? I get it. You love your house and you
Oh, I
just
know
want to
what
see
house
what
you're talking about.
do you now. So this house had hardwood floors, and if
Yeah,
you know which one I'm talking about, then it's that property. And and there's something about the way that we take photos is that in a darker room, if you understand photography, the shutter speed, well, there's other factors too, but the shutter speed's got to stay open just a little bit longer to
yeah,
capture more light into that shot because it's a dark room. And when that happens, you get motion blur if you move the camera around.
yeah,
For us, it's specifically to real estate photography that we absolutely cannot move it because we shoot bracketed. And when we're editing, you can't have any movement. You can't have any motion blur. It
yeah.
causes ghosting and it causes blurring and it causes all sorts of like your image no longer looks sharp.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why when you're doing real estate photography, you have to use a tripod.
Correct. You have to use a
Yeah,
tripod to take these types of shots. And the thing is, when someone walks on hardwood floors behind you, that tripod's actually moving a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, but it is moving.
yeah,
And that causes for shots to not look sharp. So,
exactly.
like, even if we're taking the shot, we ourselves don't walk around and we don't move after you hit the shutter. To have
Yeah,
someone else just stomping around behind you, you're ruining the quality of your images just by being next to us.
yeah, yeah. Which is crazy to think about, right?
It's crazy to think about, but that's reality.
Yeah, it's a reality.
Really, plan
Reality.
not to be seen.
So yeah, whenever you guys hire a real estate photographer, or if you're the seller of a property that you're listening to us, just plan not to be seen. You know,
Yeah,
go
don't
out for
stand around
lunch.
them.
Yeah, go out for lunch. You know, enjoy the day. You know, we'll be done quick, so
Sure,
can
sure.
go back.
All right, next topic.
Yeah, next
The
topic.
next topic is garages and how garages are a great place to store everything because we don't shoot them.
Yeah, we just should upon request,
Upon request, yeah.
but our standard is not to shoot it because if you think about it, there's a lot of things there, you know, personal stuff. And whenever you're decluttering the property or cleaning the property for us to shoot, that's a great place to hide all of that extra stuff that you
All
have.
that junk.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah, we don't shoot them. I don't. I'm a firmly believer that if you have a garage and you shoot the garage with the garage door down, that's better.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah,
just
you just have
shoot
to
it.
show that there's something
You show
there.
that there's a garage, but you don't have
Yeah,
to show its contents.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes, but you know, like you said, some occasion, some people they actually do like they turn it into like a mini ADU
Oh
where
yeah,
they turn it into
yeah.
a little living space and they actually stage the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, we'll shoot it.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna shoot that one. No
Yeah.
problem.
All right. So next topic, talk about cars.
Okay,
Tell
cars.
me about cars.
I okay. So for cars, it's really simple. You know, whenever we're shooting a home, uh, when cars are seen, we have to censor the plates or stuff like that, or even to get there's one shot for all the people out there. There's one shot that you're always gonna get, and it's a straight on shot of the property, right, of the front of the property.
You're talking about the exterior
Yeah,
shots. Okay.
exterior, straight on shot of the property. For that shot, if you have a minivan or if you have a car or whatever vehicle you have, and you park it in front of the property, that's gonna cause a problem for us.
Yeah, you know, so if you because with the wide angle lens and that we're trying to grab that exterior shot that's
Hmm.
straight on, we're basically standing in the street trying
Yeah,
to grab that shot.
yeah,
And the
exactly.
car's in the way.
Yeah. So it's good. It's either gonna be seen or we're gonna have to Photoshop it.
Well,
It's just
or
easier.
we use a drone and we try to bypass as much as the car, you know, get
Yeah.
it out of the photo as much as we can. We
As
use a
for
drone.
the driveways, I would say that if it's a long drive, if it's a long driveway, I would not put a car there. But if it was like a some kind of a short driveway that only fits one car, and the realtor or the seller has a nice car, I want them to have that car in that shot.
Yeah, if it's a nice car,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. 'Cause,
for the most part, we just want cars out of the driveway. Don't show it,
yeah,
right?
just don't
But
show it.
if
But
you
if
do
you
have a
have a nice
luxury
car,
car,
yeah,
you got a luxury car, you got a Lambo, put it in front of your
let's put it in
luxury
front of
listing.
it. Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
I mean, yeah, that beast needs to be seen, bro.
I think the whole point of that car is to be seen.
Exactly.
So, like, for example, I know some dealerships, if you get in contact with, for example, Lucid,
hmm
they might let you borrow a car just to put inside your house for the photo.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is
So,
true.
and the Lucid I'm talking about is the one on Hawthorne Boulevard, the one located in Torrance.
Yeah, we've been there. We
Yeah.
did a photo event for someone, and it's
Hmm.
really nice. And also, if you think about it, it adds something to the image. It does add
Yeah,
some value to the
it's
image as
amazing.
well.
All right. Next topic is hiding trash cans.
Oh yeah, I don't enjoy like we don't shoot trash cans.
Well, sometimes it's unavoidable
Yeah.
because, like, you're taking a drone shot and the trash cans are just there. It's trashy. It's like it's
Oh yeah,
extremely
those kind
dirty.
of yeah. For that, I mean, sometimes it's because they're big, man.
Yeah, and hide it. Hide it in the garage.
Yeah,
Just hide it where we can't see it in the garage.
yeah. Just hide them. Just hide them. Honestly, at the end of the day, we're gonna go in, go out. You guys can put everything back together. That
Yeah,
those trash cans are not gonna go
the
anywhere.
trash cans we're talking about are the ones on the outside,
Yeah, the
the
street
exterior, the
ones.
street trash cans.
Yeah,
Those are huge, obnoxious, bright and colorful.
yeah.
The kind that we just don't want to see. But speaking of trash cans, let's talk a little bit about interior trash cans, the ones that go in the house, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. What do you think about those?
Usually they're not seen because they're on the right side of the toilet, let's say, or they're hidden somewhere.
Hmm.
But if it's in the way, I'm gonna move it.
Exactly. Get the trash cans out of sight. Just
Yeah,
in general, you don't want to see trash cans.
yeah, yeah,
And, speaking of toilets, toilet seats down, by the way.
yeah. Please just.
Remove the toilet paper and toilet seats down.
You can leave the toilet paper. It doesn't really matter. But the
Eh,
toilet seat, just put it down, please.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toilet seats down.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay. And especially if there's something in there.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, who's the one that left this
Yeah.
in here?
Hey, there was an open house. What's up here?
Oh, I took a dump and then the plumbing did not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kinds of things that we think about and the things that we come across.
Yeah. It's really crazy.
It is. Okay, so hide trash cans. Hide your trash cans.
Yeah, just hide them.
All right. Next is to hide hoses.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, if it's a whole like outside, just on the garden or whatever, just honestly, just get rid of it.
Hiding hoses is interesting because when you hide a hose, it drips water.
Yep. Be
And the thing,
careful.
it leaves like you have to wait for the water to dry
Yeah,
then
be
because now
careful.
you got puddles.
Mhm.
So when you hide the hose 24 hours prior.
Yeah.
You hide it the day before.
Yeah. It's something simple that can get really interesting on the image.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because it's an issue. I wouldn't say it's an issue, but it's just something that we're gonna have to either edit out or it's gonna stay like that,
It's
depending on
just
the situation.
messy.
It just looks messy, a
It's
little bit
messy.
messy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on the topic of like water, puddles, and all that, another thing to make sure you do is to turn off the sprinklers, especially if the sprinklers are on a timer. You want to turn off the
Yeah.
sprinklers.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, you don't wanna. You don't wanna get me wet or anything like that. If I'm out there doing the shoot or stuff like that, like just make sure that all that is turned off.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. That's pretty straightforward. Prep the yard. Prep the yard.
Yeah. What do you mean by that, Alan?
I mean, mow it. I mean,
Yeah,
clear it. Mow
exactly.
it. Don't leave trash all over the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you have kids. Kids have toys. If you just clear it, keep it clean,
Yeah,
and
just clear it.
just throw it in the garage. I
The
think that's
less
the
stuff,
answer. Throw it in the garage.
yeah, the less stuff that can be seen, the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Pools. If the property does have a pool, you should probably clean the cover and remove the covers.
Yeah, remove the covers is one of the things, right? Because I went to this property one time and the covers were there,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried removing it myself. It's impossible, at least for me.
And chances are you might get the cover wet and puddles. Now we're back to the topic of puddles.
Yeah, exactly. It's either
Doesn't look
that
good.
or You know, another thing that I've seen is the pool is there, but it's not cleaned.
Mm,
That's another one. I think that, if you're gonna try to show off that you have a pool, right? Just clean it so I
yeah,
can just grab some shots of that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this one is actually not so much on the case of like the property itself, but more on the agent. So the agent's got to remove the for sale sign.
Okay, yeah, that's another one. The for sales, I think it's due to the MLS, no
Yeah, yeah.
regulations or
There's
something
some
like
type
that.
of a regulation where you cannot have that for sale sign with your name and your contact information and all that inside the photo.
Yeah, I think it's something called self advertising or something like that, or involve. I don't know. It's a
Just take it
weird
down.
thing. Just take it
Just take
down,
down your
please.
sign.
Just yeah,
Once we're done with the photo shoot, put it back up.
yeah, no problem. I know that that's annoying, realtors. We hear you,
We
but it's
hear you.
needed.
Yeah, it's needed. And there's times when, we'll do our best to assist if we can, especially if
Yeah,
and there's actually on our social media, if you follow us at FrameX USA, you'll see us trying to lift up some for sale signs and
yeah,
like carrying them off into the horizon because it's just a joke, an inside joke between us and another agent.
right.
But yeah, remove those for sale signs. All right. Interior preparation, there's one big one, and it has to do with the kitchen.
Okay.
So the kitchen is one of those glam shots. Living spaces, kitchen. You take a lot of photos of the kitchen because the kitchen sells.
Yeah.
But the cluttered kitchen does not sell.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's better if you have your kitchen. The counters are cleared. That's one of the things. Tables are you cleared as well.
Hmm.
If
Even
it,
if it's like nice appliances and stuff, just clear it. Leave it empty.
yeah, just leave it empty. Like there's nothing really that they're like putting a pot or leaving like the some kind of appliance that doesn't fit there or it doesn't look appealing to the eye. We're probably gonna move it out of the shot. That's one of the
Yeah.
things.
So, for example, like refrigerators, take down all the magnets.
Yeah,
That's one thing in the kitchen. Put all your dishes and your whatever, put them all away. Dishes and all that.
yeah.
And then the floor, the actual floor, if you have any throw rugs, like you stand on them next to the sink, put those away too.
Yeah, just put them away. Put them away. I mean, either way, if you guys when you're behind the camera, right? And the angles that I'm trying to get, sometimes if the kitchen is really tight, the floor is not even gonna show.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes the floor doesn't show.
Yeah. You have to go really low with the camera to show, but then you
Yeah,
have the negative effect of there's a countertop that you cannot see or stuff like that.
correct. And then yeah, so in the kitchen shots, we tend to shoot a little bit higher. One is to avoid the underside of the cabinets, and the second thing is to look over the countertops.
Right.
And it shows the space and it shows how beautiful and elegant the
Mm-hmm.
kitchen is.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
but
right.
definitely that's one of the selling points of a home. A kitchen, a nice living room. I think you can probably get away with the rooms being a little bit messy, just a little bit messy. But if the open space, the livable space of the home, it's clear, it's nice, it's clean.
Hmm.
It's gonna be super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. The next one to declutter, bathrooms. Bathrooms tend to have personal products,
yeah. Like a lot of different shampoos, your
toothbrushes.
razors or whatever, all of that. Just put it away.
Put it away.
Yeah,
Put
you
it
don't want
away.
to show that.
I think the moral of the story is bag it up and throw it in the garage.
Yeah, just bag it up and throw it in the garage. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
you're right.
All right. So hide cords and remotes.
Cords and remotes, yeah, for sure. That's
Okay.
probably one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the cord, it's there and I really don't have a way to unplug it, I leave it there, but I Photoshop it later.
I try not to do that just because the Photoshop is just so annoying to do.
Oh
Like
yeah,
okay, you might catch this one, but what about the other five photos that have? Like, did you catch every single one of them?
yeah, you're
It's
right.
just asking for trouble.
Yeah, yeah, but just unplug everything. No cables if possible, and yeah, I think that's gonna make the property look a lot
Yeah, it
cleaner.
looks a lot cleaner if possible. If not possible, it's understandable.
Yeah, if not possible, it's not a deal breaker.
No. Yeah, but it does add a little bit of mess.
Yeah,
All right, if you have an entryway, please clear the entryway. That might include like all the shoes at the
yeah,
entryway, that sort of stuff.
yeah, exactly. If if there's like Even on the living room or whatever it is. If you
Yeah.
have some shoes laying down there, just please just
Yeah.
grab them.
And I know by the entryways, people tend to leave mail too,
Oh
like
yeah, for
loose mail.
sure.
Might have
Mail,
personal information and might just don't
keys.
want to leave that stuff out.
Yeah. Definitely, like if you have like a bunch of keys in the driveway, please don't show that, because right now nowadays with the 3D print and all that, you can create a key like
That's
that.
crazy to think.
It's crazy to think, but it's possible.
Huh. All right. All right. All right. All right. So next one is to um open the blinds that have the views.
Oh yeah, you want to show off that, when you're living in a home that has a really nice view of the neighborhood. Maybe if it's a house in PV, you have this nice view of the skyline.
Yeah. Show it off.
Show it off, man. That for sure is gonna like show the potential of the home.
Open the blinds. So why do I have a story actually about opening the blinds, and it has to do with an agent. She's a wonderful agent, and this property was in Irvine. Um, these blinds, it was a new construction property, and I moved the blinds just to the curtains. These are curtains, and push it to one side, and it could not. The rods could not hold it, so it actually broke.
Oh,
It broke.
oh, but broke. It didn't outmount. It broke, like literally broke.
Well, it fell off the wall.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is a new construction. It's probably covered under some type of a warranty. But no one's been using the house and just moved all the way to one side and it wasn't anchored correctly and it just fell out. Like, gosh, now what I'm going to do? So, homeowner came and it took me like an extra 30, 40 minutes to get everything resolved. And, I'm helping him put stuff up. It's just like, wait a second. I'm going to be late for my next shoot. So it's not just take care of it beforehand before we come, if possible. That way, we're not messing around with things. And there's another type of a blind, or it's the kind that you like retractable. You pull it
Yep.
down,
Yeah.
and it like retracts upwards. And sometimes these don't retract all the way up.
All the way. I hate that. I hate that. I don't know why they get stuck, or I don't understand, but I just hate when they just don't go up, man.
Right? Okay, and then not just that, but
Because now you have to find the perfect, like, okay. No, it was one time, I had this blind, two windows, the same blind, and I was retracted perfectly, right? And the other one only went halfway. The other one, when I was trying to put it halfway where the other one was staying, right?
mhm.
Was like slowly going down like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there was no sweet spot. I had to close them.
Yeah. So a couple options, right? When this happens. Now, this is more for like the photographers out there who are actually doing the job. You can actually remove the whole entire roll. I mean, if you're tall enough and if it's low enough where you can reach it, and then you can just manually roll it up and just stick it back on there.
That's true.
You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
You can.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hate those.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that.
All right. All right. Next one is to turn on the lights. Well, this is kind of a tricky one. We don't always want you to turn on all the lights, but turn on the lights. What does that mean?
Yes. So whenever you have a property and whenever we're shooting a home, light source is really important. And before we touch the topic of turning on the lights, we're gonna touch the topic of having the same color on all the bulbs throughout the property. That's really important for us, at least, to to get the best image possible. When you get mixed lighting, maybe like a peachy light, and then you have like a cool, on the, it's gonna look super weird on the camera. The camera's
Yeah.
is just gonna be like, okay, is this blue or orange?
Yeah. Cameras have a hard time distinguishing color because
Yeah.
they're not like us. They have a certain white balance that they have to determine what is white
Mhm.
to determine what are the accurate colors.
Exactly.
And when you have like, for example, people tend to use warmer colors inside living bedrooms. Bedrooms,
Yeah.
they use like 4,000 to 4,500 Kelvin, temperature lights, just warm and yellow, and I can fall asleep to this kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And then, kitchen, living space, maybe they might use like 5,500, 6,000, a bluer type of light, a
Yeah.
whiter type of light. And
What would you recommend as like
5,500. Just use
5500, right?
5,500 to 56, something that's closer to daylight.
To daylight. Yeah.
Because if you end up using daylight uh, temperatured lights, then it combines well if you have the window open. If you have, it just everything's the same and the colors are all accurate and nice.
Yeah, I love when the homes
I
have
love it when
all
they
of
do
that.
that.
Do you know? I one time I went to this property and there was this bathroom, right, where it had up top it had like six different bulbs, right?
Uh-huh.
Every bulb was different color, and
God,
I was like,
God
oh,
save us.
like you turn on the light and it's super yellow. Like you wouldn't believe how yellow that
Oh
thing was.
gosh.
And I was like, okay, I have to find the perfect color balance. When I was trying to do that, right, the camera was like, okay, if you're saying that this is the color balance, right? This is the perfect white balance. Why is the mirror all blue, man?
Yeah.
Like what? So
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you just turn off the lights and
Yeah,
go.
if the combination of lights really just doesn't work, keep
Yeah,
them off. We'll
yeah, just
figure
keep
it
them
out.
off. Yeah, we'll figure it
But
out.
but if everything's, nice, and sure, turn on the lights, make the place look bright.
Yep.
Tends to send the feeling of openness and spacious.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
just
there's
turn the
that.
lights. Okay, and something attached to the light, or I should say, attached to the fan, sometime is a light, but you don't want to have the fans on. That's the next item. Turn off your fans. Why?
Yeah. Okay. Whenever you're shooting a home, right? When you're taking a photo of a room, let's say, and there's a fan, um, we're gonna say that we should bracket, and we are saying that we're shooting three images, let's say, at the same time, right? Just imagine it like that. We're shooting three images. So one of the images is gonna show the fan going, and the other one's gonna be, different, and the other one's gonna be different. So whenever we're blending all those images in one image, it's gonna look like it has motion blur because
Yeah.
it's moving.
Yeah. Basically, turn off the fans.
Yeah,
It's gonna
just
make it look
turn them
ugly.
off. Yeah, turn them off.
Yeah, you want to actually show the fan too, especially if it's a nice fan, and it'll show up nice and clear as long as it's off.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. But the light on the fan can be on, but it shouldn't be spinning.
yeah, it shouldn't be spinning.
All right. Speaking of lights, now sometimes properties will have lights, but certain bulbs are just like missing, or like bulbs are just burned out.
Yeah,
Please replace them.
yeah, it would be nice if you guys replace all of the lights throughout the property for sure.
Yeah, at least the ones that don't leave it so like things look asymmetrical because the right light turns on, but the left side does not. It just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look symmetrical. It doesn't look good. All right, so here's for twilight preparation. We have a really short list for twilight preparation, but basically, turn on every single light, replace all the bulbs, every single light, interior, exterior, all the pool, the water features. Turn on every single light on the twilight preparation.
Now you mentioned something really important as well. If you guys have like a fountain or you guys have something really special in the house, like an appliance or something, turn it on.
Yeah,
Yeah, show it off.
totally cool. Do it.
Yeah, yeah, do that.
Yeah,
But yes, you want all the lights turned on whenever we're doing a twilight shoot, and that's just gonna make the image more natural, look more natural.
yeah. It pops. It
It
makes
pops,
your
yeah.
property stand out just so much more.
Yes.
And especially with the beautiful soft light of the sky and how everything just bounces everywhere, and you have these. It looks majestic,
Yeah.
like out of this world. That's the kind of thing that is like clickbait. You go to a property and you see this. Wow, what is that image? Let me click it. Maybe might not sell the house, but it's gonna get more eyeballs onto your
Yeah.
listing.
Yeah, for sure.
Get more eyeballs. Do
And
it.
that's, I mean, that's the end goal, right?
Yeah, that's the end goal. Generate more leads. With the whole point of to do these photos is, well, there's marketing side of it, there's the branding side of it, but yeah, get more eyeballs.
Yeah, just get more eyeballs on that property.
All right, that's all the time we have. We've gone through the checklist. If you'd like to download the checklist, head over to our website. I might even leave some links below. All right, so that's all the time we have, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Take care. Bye bye.